Okay, welcome back. Lots going on, and very grateful to have Stefan Verstappen back with us tonight. Hope you heard his last month appearance. It's in the archives if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, it might be something to consider doing. We are now sitting on about 24,000 different hourly programs in the archives. A lot of people there. It goes back to 1994. It's kind of a panorama of the whole slide into oblivion that we're experiencing now. Stefan, welcome back.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm a little bit angry because here we go again with the same cast of characters trying to railroad America into another senseless war. When are
Same group,
Yep,
same people.
same people. When are people going to wake up and figure this out? I mean, are you not tired of sending your sons to die for another country? I don't want to think about it anymore. It just angers me. But I'm not so much angered at the people that are doing it, is at the people that are allowing it to be done to us. Folks, can you stick up for yourselves? Can you support those of us that are trying to fight this thing? Can you speak up? Can you get up off your knees for a minute? But no, they're just willing to take it. And since the vast majority of people are mindless idiots that are controlled by the media, those of us, the 20%, the Pareto principle, there's 20% of us that can do things, and the rest of the 80% can't do anything because they don't really have, self-awareness, a soul.
No.
I don't know.
No, they don't. That's
And
right. Sad to say, but true.
I tell people our mistake is we allowed evil people to control the other 80%. You see, if I controlled media and education and publishing and the movies, I would design programming, and again, programming, so that the 80% of the rest of the population would be decent people. There's no reason why they can't be decent. Okay, they're not bright, they're not, they don't have self-awareness, they don't have a strong personality, whatever, and they go whichever way the media blows them. But why does it always have to be the evil people that are charged? Rile them up with constantly battling each other and fighting each other. And, if I was in charge of it, they'd be good people. They'd have happy lives. So the 20% of us that know what's going on, we've let them take over the show. And that's why we're having things like this. So once again, send your boys off to get murdered. You'll get a nice gold star to put in the window. That'll make everything better.
I agree. Nicely said. Now, Stefan, for you newcomers to the program, is very much involved in prepping, preparing for what is just around the corner. Most likely, I don't see us getting out of this. I don't see it. Whether it happens next month or next year, I don't think we're going to be allowed to continue along this course for much longer. They want to reformat everything, and they are doing it. Look how much they have already succeeded in accomplishing on their dark and dastardly goals. They're really getting away with all kinds of crap. It's unreal.
Yeah, they're getting away with murder, Jeff. Literally.
Quite right. Quite
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
No, I've been doing this for a long time. On the positive end, I belong to a very good, high-functioning survival community. It's a mutual aid community, but it's mutual aid in order to help us get through what's coming. We produce our own food. We have our own medical team. We have a communications team that can reach around the world. We're in contact, so if the grid goes down, we'll know what's going on. We'll know what's going on all around the world. 2 weeks ago, I did a workshop for our community on cane fighting, a walking cane. It's an excellent weapon, very effective. You can carry it anywhere. You can even take it on a plane. But it's a deadly weapon. So we had 40 people turn out. It was great. And speaking
40.
of... Oh, yeah.
40.
Just
And so you got a cane, and now that doesn't have the poison spear tip on the end of it, right? Where you can go up and stab somebody in the leg with it and they're dead. This is
No,
just using a cane as a defensive weapon
no,
or offensive.
you're thinking of the poison ricin
That's
umbrella,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It was an
Yeah.
umbrella, and they put a ricin
Yeah.
pellet in the tip of it and stuck it in their leg. No, no. Listen, I do have a sword cane, which is illegal in Canada. But no, I would rather just have a good, solid, heavy wooden cane, maple, oak, solid in your hands. That'll do a
Oh,
lot
I
more
gotcha.
damage.
It's
Yeah.
like having almost like having a baseball bat to
Oh,
use.
yeah, almost like having a baseball bat. Everybody had a great time. I'm good at teaching this kind of stuff. Have everybody laughing and beating each other with a cane. And then next Thursday, I'm going to be giving a demonstration on the bug out bag. And because you said I've been doing this a long time, I just wanted to mention that one of the components of my bug out bag is a breakdown survival rifle. I have a AR-7. Now, you might know this rifle if you've watched James Bond movies, because it's in two of his
Right.
movies, right?
The
And
little oh, let me just say this for Stefan, as an entree. I understand exactly what he's talking about. You can buy, and I'm very familiar with these, a 9 millimeter Ruger takedown rifle.
nice.
And it breaks down into two 12, 14-inch pieces. You can stick it right in your damn near your back pocket. Go
Yep.
ahead, please, because that's fascinating.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, Jeff, I bought that rifle. It was the first firearm I ever bought. And I bought it
Really?
specifically, yeah, I bought it specifically for my bug out bag. That's why I bought it, because it's a survival rifle. It was invented
Got
by, I think it's Jim Stoner, the same guy that invented the M16. And it was
Yeah.
designed to be used as a pilot's survival rifle. They stick it under the seat in the airplane, and if the pilot goes down, he's got a survival rifle. It comes apart, and it's very light. And I used to put it in my backpack, my bug out backpack, in case I had to bug out. Now the thing is, I bought that rifle. I'm not kidding. 48 years ago. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's how long I've been prepared, Jeff. 48
That's
years.
the AR-7, was it?
Yes. It's not
They
the
were making a breakdown rifle back then. How interesting.
Oh yeah, they were that thing's from the 1970s. And
Uh-huh.
they gave it to pilots during the Vietnam War. I'll be honest with you, it's not a great breakdown rifle. What did I know? It was my first rifle. I was 18, and I wanted something that would fit in my backpack or my bug out bag.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it looked good. I seen it, and it's not bad. It's 22 caliber, but you can carry you can carry 50 rounds in your shirt pocket. Try that with a shotgun, and it all comes apart and it screws together, and all the components store in the stock. It looks like a stock, but the back plate opens up and out pops the barrel and the receiver and a magazine, and you screw it all together. You don't need tools or anything like that. You put it together 2 minutes, and you got 8 rounds in the magazine. You're ready to go. My only problem with it is it's really finicky on the ammo, right? So no hollow points, no
A
fancy.
22 being finicky? Well, that's because it's 40 years old.
48 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but so long as you use CCI mini mags, it shoots fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Hmm.
The sights aren't great. It's a peep sight. Now, I did put a scope on it, which made a big difference. But the sights that it comes with is just a peep sight, and not that accurate. With the scope, you're better off. But anyway, so I'm going to be
That's-
demonstrating that next Thursday to the community. But like you said, yeah, I've been doing this for a while, and I remember thinking, when did I buy this thing? 48 years
funny.
ago. Oh my God! Like I was 18, and
uh-huh.
I'm 66 now. So there you go.
Funny. Well, good for you. Way ahead of the game.
Oh,
Way ahead.
I've
And
seen
the
this
community,
coming a long
you-
time, Jeff.
You could you could be mayor if you wanted to of your community.
See, I used to
I
joke with
shouldn't give anybody any ideas, but you
I,
don't
u-
need that kind of trouble. But it's
I
true.
I used to joke that I live in Canada and I own a gun, so I could become king of Canada. Canadians don't have
Funny.
guns. They're all afraid of them. Well, certainly the liberals, right, the leftists, terrified of guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh, the gun's
I
gonna
don't know
shoot.
why. It's like being terrified of a screwdriver in your toolkit. It's crazy.
Well, the fact of the matter is that knives kill more people than firearms do. So, are you scared of your kitchen
Sure.
knife? You know.
Look at Europe right now. Knife attacks almost every day now in the UK and in Europe.
Oh yeah, all over Sweden, UK, Germany. How many videos do you have to watch about that?
Right.
Them stabbing innocent people in the street for no good reason. Anyways,
Yeah, we saw that here too. Oh, you know the most recent one was
what?
that liberal, a liberal in New York, very much pro African American as it were, and he's walking home with his girlfriend at 4 a.m. something like that,
Yep, 4 a.m.
and this black guy walked by him, uh, turned around after about 25, 30 feet and ran up and stabbed him through the heart and killed him.
Yep.
And this was a we'll call him a bleeding heart liberal.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what his political affiliation was.
yeah. And his girlfriend stood around doing nothing, completely useless. This is why
I couldn't
also,
believe that.
yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
This is also why because I used to be an instructor for St. John Ambulance. I teach the first aid courses for our community, so everybody in our community is up to date on first aid, emergency first aid. Oh my God, maybe she could have saved them if she knew anything at all. She might have been
I
able
don't
to
know.
save.
It may have just been his time, his
Yeah,
karma. I don't know. It
yeah.
was very strange though.
But also, folks, this guy has no street smarts. What a moron. I mean, folk, you have book knowledge, and I've seen this quite often. People that are very intelligent, they can quote Krishnamurti and memorize the Upanishads, and they know all about
Sure.
philosophy and religion, and they're stupid when it comes to street smarts. If you're going to survive what's coming, folks, street smarts is what you need. You don't need to know about philosophy and psychology and history. You need to know when you're being set up. You need to be able to spot danger a mile away and know
Exactly.
what to do. When I saw that guy kicking over the scooters, I would have crossed the street and walked the other way immediately.
What the hell are you doing out at 4 a.m. on a New York street anyhow with
Yeah.
your girlfriend?
Yep.
Come on,
Yep.
unless you're packing, or you got concealed weapon permit and you're loaded. I don't know what the hell that guy was thinking. That's weird.
Well, like I said, these people have no street
Liberal
smarts.
politics,
Yeah,
I guess.
no street smarts at all.
No.
Which
The
is
cane thing is interesting. Well, let me go
yeah.
back to the cane. Is there a certain weight that we're talking about? What, 8 ounces, 6 ounces, 8 ounce? Do you like a certain configuration?
Yes, I do like
Send
a
me an
certain.
email about this because that's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, because I do preparedness consulting for people. Um,
Uh huh.
you can book me out for 2 hours. I'll talk about where you live, what you've got, what the dangers in your area are. I pull up people's locations on Google Maps so I can check out the local rivers and
Right.
highways and forests, things like that. And we go through everything. And I've dealt with a lot of people. A lot of people have consulted with me from Europe. And they're not allowed to own firearms. And one of the big questions they all have for me is, we're nervous. We can't buy a gun. What am I going to do? Like, what kind of a weapon can I get? And so for them, many of them, believe it or not, are allowed to own a crossbow. So if you can't buy a gun,
Right.
then, second best thing, and it's not great. And again, hopefully you just need to use it to intimidate people, back off, or I'll shoot. But a crossbow is, I know it's legal in Germany, and I know it's legal in England. Last time I checked, which was about a year ago. And so I would recommend the crossbow, but the second thing I would recommend, a walking cane. So I like a walking cane that's really simple. It's got the shepherd's crook on the end of it. Don't
Sure.
get one of those brass, duck head or dragon head or anything like that. That's all going to
You want
break.
the round handle on the other end. I got it.
I want, yeah, exactly that
Half
semi-round,
circle.
yeah, half circle.
Hmm.
Now what I do is on the end of that half circle, I cut a 45-degree angle and I cut a piece of it off. So what this does is two things. One, it widens the gap, which makes it easier for you to grab somebody from behind the neck or behind the leg. And
That's
it,
the idea to have that crook available so you can get it around somebody's neck and jerk them around, right?
oh yeah, yeah. One of the
Uh-huh.
techniques, it's a little bit advanced for most people, but for me, it's something I could use. And that is if they come up behind you, you take the cane you swing it around in your hand, and you go behind your own back, and you grab them. 9 times out of 10, it's going to just hook right around the back of their neck. Then you
Right.
go into what we call a hip throw. So you squat down, you stick your butt out, you pull on the cane, so now he's leaning over you, and now you
Yeah.
lift your butt up so that his whole body weight is on your hips, and you throw him to the ground.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I
it's
get
a
it.
it's a fancy technique. But the other thing too is that when you cut that 45-degree angle into the end of the cane, it creates a point. And now, if you just grab somebody in the back or in the waist and you pull, that point goes into you and it hurts like a some bitch. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so long as it's fairly thick, like at least a 1 inch diameter, and so long as it is with a real hard wood. So you're looking at oak or maple. I prefer maple. Oak is a little bit more brittle than maple. Maple takes more abuse because it does have a, well, you don't see it, but technically it has a bit of a bend to it.
Oh, so oak is the king of the hill. Okay.
Yeah, or if you can find it, but it's really expensive. I have some weapons made out of this wood, and it's called ironwood, and it's like it's almost black. That's how dark the wood is, and it weighs a ton, and it's solid. You
Huh.
can't break this thing. I tried to drill a screw into ironwood. There's no way. That's how tough it. You could
Really?
a self-tapping screw.
So it's better. It's better than oak.
Oh yeah,
Tougher
better
than
than
oak.
oak.
Huh.
With an electric drill, I tried to, put in a self-tapping screw, wood screw. No way it would go in. So what I had to do is I had to drill it out and with a drill bit, create the hole, and then try the wood screw in there, and then finally it would go in. But
Oh
even
yeah.
then, it was tough.
Got it. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Ironwood. Okay.
But like I said, I think it comes from Africa. Ironwood. It's very expensive. Normally they sell it by the pound. But should you ever come across it, you don't know. Like if you go to these farmers markets or secondhand stores, they often have
Mm-hmm.
stuff in there, especially canes, that they sell for $20, and it's like, wow. If I ordered that on Amazon, it'd be $250. But they don't know what they got. But as long as you know your
Mm-hmm.
wood, look for maple. Maple's
Mm-hmm.
easy, and oak. You can tell oak. It's easy to tell. And ironwood you can tell because it's like almost black. So that's your cane, and with a cane you can do a lot of damage. And you've got three ranges: long range. I teach people to
Mm-hmm.
hold it like a pistol, right, where that curve is in the palm of your hand, just like you hold it when you're walking, and you need it to support your weight. And then you take a step forward, and you lunge and you thrust this thing. Now I can kill you at 8 feet away. If they come
Oh.
in, if they come in at like medium range, 4 to 6 feet, then I can whip this around. I can slash it down at you on your collarbone, top of your head, your wrist, your knee, from 6 feet away. And if they manage to get in really close, so now they've got you like in a bear hug, or they're trying to get you in a headlock, Well, now you grab that cane with two hands, and
Hmm.
with two hands you just use it to thrust into the abdomen, or you bring the cane up over top of their arms, thrust forward. The cane will follow the contour of your attacker's arms, and it'll go straight into their throat. And so you're clotheslining them. And if you were to strike somebody in the throat with a cane,
Oh, they're down.
they're down.
They're down.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, somebody's interested. The uh, the carbine I mentioned is a Ruger. It's called PC carbine, 9 millimeter, and the nice thing about it is it takes Glock magazines.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
you can have a Glock pistol or a Ruger PC carbine and use the same magazines interchangeably.
Yeah. I want one.
I sent you the link to it. It's there.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Back back in just a minute with Stefan. Hold on. We shall continue. Okay, welcome back. Talking with Stefan Verstappen, Canadian, he's a citizen of the world. Uh, all about preparedness. This is the master, and you can get time with him if you really want to find out. He'll teach you how to organize a community of like-minded people to be a defensive mesh network. You have to do that. If you're out and about in a semi-rural area, you've got to know your neighbors and you've got to work together. You have to. Even in the cities, it doesn't matter. You've got to know your neighbors and you've got to work together. So that's one thing Americans actually aren't very good at anymore. Because the lifestyle is now stare at your hand or stare at the big flat screen on the wall. Doesn't matter. That's your life. As long as the ball game is on and you got beer in the fridge or in your right hand or left hand, everything's fine. It's crazy but true. It's going to be a very difficult holiday season. And I do think November may be a pivotal month. We will see. We will see. I thought last year Christmas was going to be the last Christmas of any remote resemblance to normalcy. And I may be right. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, go ahead, Stefan. What's up next?
Well, so that gives you an example of what we need to be doing. I've got a script in mind for a video. It's called "You're All Going to Die a Horrible Death in 3 Days." And the thing is, like, it's all this fear porn. Even with the the so-called alt media, you read the titles of the videos. Oh, it's come to an end now. We only have days left, and this is World War III. Nuclear, prepare for nuclear. Okay, yeah, I know. Listen, I've been warning about this for 48 years, right? I've been carrying my survival rifle in a backpack for 48 years. So yes, I know it's coming. We know it's coming, but forget about all the details and fear porn. What you need to do is what we're doing. Number one, improve your skills. Like I said, we do the first aid.
All right. Hold on. Sorry.
No
Hit
problem.
the wrong button. I just want to mention this also.
Yes.
And what you just heard was I was just testing I didn't get the audio down low enough, but I tested the new top video on the home page. It shows 12-story apartment residential towers in Gaza. And the Jewish Air Force went in there and just leveled them.
Uh-huh.
I think most of them came down. And they're full of families and children and so
Sure
forth.
they are. Yeah.
Just take a look at that. Understand what's going on here. And it's all justified by mentioning the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Always justified by mentioning the Holocaust.
Always the victim. Always the victim.
Yeah.
But so, folks,
Yep.
instead of getting too paranoid, okay, and getting blackpilled, then the other thing people are telling me, which I'm really a little bit annoyed about, and that is, oh, I've given up on humanity. I don't care anymore. I
That's
wish
the
it
best
was.
solution. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, and I'm thinking, but the people that tell me this stuff are people that have never done a goddamn thing for anybody else in their life. I mean, why are you
True.
so disillusioned? Did you help out at the food bank? Did you volunteer at the homeless shelter? Did you organize community events and get people trained and working? What did you do? You didn't do anything except sit there and watch YouTube videos, and now you're disillusioned with humanity. Okay, you know what? There's a principle in Buddhism. The very first principle or truism in Buddhism is life is suffering. What do you what did you think? Yes, it's tough. Most people can be pricks and but you're going to give up on humanity? Okay, great. But you know what? I sit here, I look out the window and I see like a dozen kids playing out in the field here and they're having so much fun and
You actually see that. That sounds like a Norman Rockwell time travel image.
it
That's
is. It
fascinating.
is, Jeff. Well, because I'm in a small town now, and I laugh my
Uh-huh.
ass off. These kids are so cute. You get the 2-year-old
Yeah.
toddlers, and they're following mom to the school, and then the boys, of course, are rollerblading, and they got the big wheel and the bicycles and the scooters and all that, and they're jumping
Sure.
over. They're doing the
How
jumps,
nice.
and then they get
Yeah.
the sticks and they start sword fighting and all. Are you just going to sell them down the road too? You're just fine. You're fine because you've given up on humanity. That the children out there are going to spend the rest of their lives as slaves. You're okay with that because, well, you've given up on humanity, even though you've never done a goddamn thing for humanity. I have the same argument with these liberals, Jeff. I had one of a friend of mine, and he's like, "Oh well." He saw my video on why you should own a firearm. It's called "Why Every Warrior Should Own a Firearm," and
Hmm.
basically, it's like I quote George Orwell: "The that rifle over the farmer's fireplace is there for a purpose, and it should stay there." Like, don't you understand? A firearm is defense against the government. But he wrote, "Oh, I guess you like to shoot Indians." I mean, Jeff, these people are all nuts, And I said, "Shoot
A lot of
Indians?"
them are.
And by the way, what did you do for the indigenous people, First Nations? Not a goddamn thing. You know what I did? I've done a lot. I've helped indigenous, especially the arts community among the Native Americans. I promoted them. I
Hmm.
worked with them, and I even got them contracts to do art projects. And what did the liberal do? Nothing. But I'm the racist. I'm the guy. Yeah. Anyways,
Hmm.
there's no dealing with these types of people. So the same thing with everybody that's given up on humanity. Oh, okay. Oh, now you're so smart. Uh, look, I'm not giving up on humanity, Jeff. Okay. I know, I might be a fool for caring about people. That's the other thing too. Like, oh, oh, you care about people. Well, you must have some ulterior motive. No, I don't have an ulterior motive. I actually care about people. I have a good group of friends here. The community. I have family. There's kids.
Hmm.
I just finished babysitting this morning. 6 hours. I'm exhausted. I'm too old for kids, but you help each other out. And so instead of watching all this stuff, here's what you got to do. Do what I'm doing, do what my community is doing, and that is brushing up on your skills. Get some first aid training, take some
You
self-defense
bet.
training, and
Yeah.
learn how to
Yeah. Yeah.
garden, learn how to purify water, learn how to distill alcohol. We do all of that, Jeff. We do all of it. And then learn how to work together. What you said earlier that people don't work together. That's on purpose, Jeff. That's the programming, okay? That's the programming that we've been under for 100 years now. Just think about yourself and think about the big football
Oh,
game and
remember the
and
me generation? Me,
yep,
me. It's all about me. Yeah,
keeping up
they've
with the
all they've done
Joneses.
is they've ingrained this into people now. It's all about you. What can the world give you? And
Exactly.
it's all this horrible self-aggrandizement.
Yep.
All they do is indulge themselves
Yep.
constantly.
Yep.
Not all of them, but many of them.
Yes.
They're not contributing anything.
Yeah. But you're going to tell me that they're wiser than I am because they've given up on humanity. You know what? Look, Jeff, why are we on this planet then? Right? Why are we here if it's just to
I couldn't agree more.
indulge in our own selfish
Right.
desires and screw the other guy?
Right.
Okay, fine. And but like I said, there's a whole nother generation, and we're boomers, Jeff, and And a lot of people are blaming us for all this. I've heard so many
That's
people
pretty
that,
funny.
huh? It's true,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, the
Yeah.
boomers did this to us. And you know what? No, I never did this to you. I never sold out like the hippies did. I've been a member of, I was like the 63rd person to join Greenpeace way back in 1974.
When it
I,
was still an honorable, or at least pretended to be honorable.
yes, it was
Greenpeace is
still,
owned by big corporate interests now, as everybody knows.
yeah, I know, because, they had a big reunion here at the University of Toronto, and I received an invitation to go and attend, and I did. And all the members there were looking at me like really weird. And no, they
I can see it.
they were really scared, and everybody avoided me after the meeting was over until I found
Uh-huh.
out that I am the spitting image of the founder. I forget his name, Bob something.
How funny. It
I am
wasn't the cane, it was your image. Oh, all right.
no, I look like the guy. I got a photograph of him. We could have been twins. I'm not kidding, Jeff. The founder of Greenpeace and I look identical. So now I know why they were looking at me so weird. They thought I was the ghost
That's
of,
funny.
because he had died a few years ago, of their founder. And I'm giving them the stink eye anyways, because I know they all sold out, the bastards, right? So
Yeah.
I'm giving them the stink eye from the front row. So here's the ghost of their founder that they betrayed by selling
That's
out to
very
the
funny.
big corporate
Sounds like a movie scene. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. And afterwards, people said, "Oh, are you his son?" I said, No, I'm not his son. You look just like him." And that's when I went. When I got home, I Googled it and I went, "Holy shit, I look just like the guy." So they were all feeling guilty seeing me. I'm the ghost of vengeance, and they avoided me afterwards. They all ran away from me. It was funny, Jeff. But when I first joined back in 1974, it was stop killing the whales, right? That's what they were doing, and
Right.
stopping the nuclear weapons testing. I believed in that. Yeah, why kill the whales? Why continue setting off nuclear bombs? So I joined them, and I helped to raise money for them.
Yeah.
I still got my membership card, believe it or not, a little piece of paper. But so
Funny.
listen, I've been doing this my whole life. I've always been, I haven't been one of the boomers that sold out and got all greedy and selfish. No, not me. I've been doing this for a long time.
Look, you are a living database of life's intricacies.
Yeah,
You've learned. You know so much. Your wisdom is invaluable. And that's part of the reason you're able to do what you do. And people recognize that. But younger people, it's not their fault. They haven't lived long enough. They haven't done and tried as many things as most adults have ended up doing. And that gives you what? Gives you wisdom, gives you perspective. That's needed. Young people can't have it. They're not born with it. You got to earn it. And they don't understand that at all. So, yeah, you could be mayor easy. Too smart.
people like me never want to be mayor. I wouldn't want to be mayor.
No,
No,
too smart.
no, I'm not interested in being a leader or a politician or anything like that. Same thing with
Right.
our community. I'm not the leader of the community or anything. I'm happy to donate my time and to teach and to support other people and work together. I don't need to take a center stage on anything, Jeff. But that's,
You're not the type. I know that.
not the type, and
No.
that's the problem. People that should be the leaders and that should be the mayor and the president and all that are the exact type of people that don't want anything to do with it.
Are people contacting you and asking good questions?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you getting much feedback?
Oh, I get feedback all the time, and it's all like really good feedback. And I hate to say it, Jeff, but they were saying the same thing that you were saying. That, oh, I love to listen to you. You have the wisdom that we need now. And I look at myself as a gentle and wise old grandfather.
Nice. It's a nice, comfortable role to be in.
Yeah, I guess I'm wise now, Jeff. I don't say that
You
to
earned it. You don't get it. It's not handed out to you like food stamps.
because look, Jeff. The thing is, we're all human beings. And like Socrates says, the wise man knows that he knows nothing. And I'm a wise man, and therefore I know that I know nothing. Okay, it's a generalization, but I do know things. I know how to canoe. I know how to start a fire. I know how to, splint a broken arm. I know how to kill a guy with one punch. Those things I know. But the universe and God and nature and humanity and all that, I don't know that much. Yeah, I got some
Well,
ideas.
I don't think you'd trade. What you know is you. And are you doing anything with the community now? Well, let me rephrase that. What haven't you been able to do with your little survival community, we'll call it? What's next? What hasn't been done yet? Anything, or do you have most of the bases covered to your satisfaction? Survival and threats and all that.
Yeah, no, we're thinking of ramping everything up a little bit. So we're good. Like the communications team is excellent. We've got, 5 guys with home bases. We're tapped into the repeaters. Everybody's got their ham radio license. Everybody's got a ham radio. So we can communicate between each other over a distance of 30 miles. That's how much territory our community covers. So that's pretty good. Our security team could be a little bit better, but, I'm working on it. I'm training them in self-defense with a cane, and we're planning a trip. Yeah?
Go ahead.
We're planning a trip to the fire range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are people now, because of the world situation, all the pieces to a thermonuclear war are on the table now?
Yeah.
They're all there. They're
Yeah.
obvious. Are people there becoming more concerned about this? I would imagine concern, yes, that's natural, that's just human nature, but the knowledge that they have gained from you, giving them the confidence to deal with most anything. I mean, they're ready. That's got to make it easier for everybody. Got to.
It does.
Do they talk about it?
Oh,
They
yeah.
must.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. We have a political team that goes over the events, what's happening in Canadian politics and U.S. politics. And
Very, very clever. So you've got a political team that does analysis of current events, geopolitical activities are examined. That's great. This is a wonderful thing you've done.
we meet every week. You got to meet every week, not once a month. It's not enough because there's too
I'm
much
sure.
to do. And then he stands up and he gives a 20-minute breakdown of what he's found out. There's a lot of different things. We have different speakers come to our meetings. We had police officers come. We had radio experts come. We have survivalists come. Other than me, in addition to my workshops, we have other people come and talk. We've got doctors. We've got nurses. We've got a medical team. We've put together 3 massive first aid trauma kits that we store in different people's houses, and so that everybody's within 10 miles of a big trauma kit, so that if it all crashes down and somebody gets injured, they know where to go. There's people there. They got training. And nurses know a lot more than I do, and nurses know a lot more than most doctors do. And we got 4 of them. We got 3 first responders, including myself. So we got that taken care of.
How many people in the community approximately? How far does your umbrella reach? How many?
We got 100 people. It goes up and down a little bit, but no more than 6 at a time. Then we'll have 106. Then we'll be back down to 94. But it's been pretty consistent at around 100 people, and they're spread out over 30 miles throughout 15 small towns. Yeah. Right. So it's not a commune. I advise against the commune. It doesn't work. Everybody has their own house, and but we cooperate together, and they've already grown. We got a food co-op. We buy direct from the farmers. We buy whole milk. We buy honey. We buy 100 chickens at a time. The farmers raise the chickens for us. We put it in an order. We want 100 chickens. They'll raise the chickens, free range, clean feed, no antibiotics, no hormones. And then the farmer will slaughter them and sell us 100 chickens at a time at a nice discount, right? Because look, what are we paying for groceries these days, Jeff? It's enough to
$10
bankrupt people.
for a dozen eggs,
Yeah,
$5 for a loaf of bread.
yeah,
Not down here.
yeah. So we order direct from the farm, and you know it's good meat, right? Like when I buy meat from the grocery store, I can smell
Hmm.
the ammonia on it. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
right?
No, not good. No, no, no. I get it. Very good. All right. Well, thank you for the update, and we will talk next month. Uh, Hopefully, we're all still here. Uh, Take care. Keep me posted.
I will, Jeff. Thank you very much for having me
Okay.
on, and um, stay prepped and get your people
Yeah,
together.
I will. Thanks, Stefan.
You're
Good
welcome,
night.
Jeff.
Be
Good
well.
night. Bye bye.
Okay. Stefan Verstappen, and really extraordinary person. All right. We will be back Monday.